where lots of people have been involved, and it's lovely to see some of them here. We began this project, I think, really working with the National Park to make sure they were part of the whole scheme, and Shirley Blakeock's here representing them today. Give a wave, Shirley. And Rob Wilson North was a great supporter of the project. But what really mattered is when we arrived here, we had people who looked after us, who welcomed us, because we don't have to come to places. We could have gone to anywhere really, but we started working in Dunster, and people said, "Come and look in our gardens." Biddy was always making cake for us. That was a good sign. And we loved that sort of welcome we had. And what you're beginning to see here is the result of the whole village beginning to work on this kind of project to tell you what's happening. And the village, people in the village, particularly Jenny, Biddy, have put together this sort of display, which they've done on their own hard work and effort. Now, when we came to this village, this was 4 years ago, Mick rather thought Dunster was a fascinating place, but a bit too obviously historical. We thought we knew about, they had the castle, had the old houses, everybody knew about Dunster, didn't they? Turned out not to be the case. When we began working with our dendrochronologist, who's just round the corner there, Dr. Andy Moir, we began to find amazing history. We were disappearing up into people's roofs, climbing over the Christmas decorations, poking our nose up through the little chambers to have a look in the roof, and we began to find true Krupp frames, which is an amazing thing to have. And we now know, which we didn't know a long time ago, that Dunster has more true Krupp frames, medieval roofs, than any other town in the southwest. Which is pretty amazing, isn't it, to find that? And the more we looked at Dunster, the more we began to uncover a history that wasn't obvious. And that happened because lots of nice people around here, and I recognise some of them, allowed us to dig around in their gardens. And when we began to do that, we found some extraordinary things. Now, you all garden, I'm sure, you get your vegetables and plant your flowers and things like this. We were going into somebody's garden, we were going down, and we were finding Roman pottery. Never found before in Dunster. We were finding prehistoric flint. Prehistoric flint. Those were people, flint was their main tool, and we're talking about something like the Neolithic period, 6,000 years ago maybe. And they were living in Dunster. They liked it. You've got a nice river here, nice bit of protection from the wind, nice hill to climb up. And those people were underneath, probably where we're standing now, living that life. So gradually we were able to peel back the layers. And the last visit we had, we were in a gentleman's garden down in Park Street with the school children. And the school children brought along their mums and their granddads, and they had a fantastic time. They're very useful school children because they have good eyesight, they can bend over, and they're nearer to the ground. And they're completely obsessed about anything they find. They don't care if they don't have to find a Roman coin. So we had school kids who would be coming up and saying, "Look at this, look what I found, it's a piece of pottery." And the thrill, and these kids were, I don't know, 8, 9, 10. And the excitement that that generation, I hope, will be building in that is they're going to be the people who think back and think, this is something worth doing. I'm not going to spend my time on Facebook. I'm going to go out and look for archaeology and history. And that's been a great thrill for us. Various colleagues have been incredibly helpful throughout the project, and I'm going to let a couple of them say some words before we do. We have an official launching of a ship, or launching of a new gallery, and an unveiling of one or two things. I'd like to finish my little bit by saying one of the great things we've managed to do is to write a report. Mick used to say, if you do archaeology and don't write it up, you are, he used a slightly ruder word than this, that you are messing up your nest. And we have desperately tried in Dunster not to mess up our nest. And thanks to Penny, who is hiding somewhere, at the back there, Stuart, Mark Hayworth, and a team of people, including Danny, they've worked their socks off to actually tell you what we've done in Dunster. And they've produced, hot off the press today, this wonderful report with lovely pictures, which tells you in ordinary people's language. It's not an academic thing, but it's got good content in it, what we've done. So if you get one of these, and they're very rare, I can tell you, if you get one of these, it will tell you what we've done. And we'll be handing that on to SANS and local organisations, so they too can carry on the work in the village. Now I'm going to ask Stuart to say a few words with a bit of an overview of why he's involved. We used to call Stuart Mr. Lumps and Bumps of Tyntine because he's very good at looking for lumps and bumps under fields and things, and he'll tell you a little bit. Danny will say a few words about small finds, and then we'll try and tell you what we might do in the future when you can get involved. Doesn't matter if you've got bad knees, we've got jobs where you can sit down. If you like languages, we've got jobs you can do. So there's lots of things all of you could contribute to do. So don't think you've arrived today to just have a look and buzz off back and start watching box sets. You have got to get involved in this amazing village, because we've only touched the surface of this. Been here for 4 years, we've dug 50 test pits, and yet I think it's true to say that we're just beginning to get down to the interesting stuff. That's true, isn't it, Shirley, I think? We're just at the start of it.
It's just amazing how much is coming out all the time, actually, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to ask Stuart to say a few words, then
Danny's going to...
Danny, yeah, thank you. Yeah.
I'm going to follow Danny.
Can I bring up the...